Welcome to your mat today. Y'all ready for twists? That's right. We're going to get down with some twisting. Great way to release your spine and open up and find more freedom in your mind. You'll want to have a block and a belt handy for today's practice. And I'll give modifications for those newer to the practice, as well as variations for those who are more experienced with their twisting and like to go deeply into the twist. Twisting provides us the opportunity, it's a great metaphor for what it is that you want to wring out in your life. What are you ready to let go of? What are you ready to relinquish? And we kind of hold the space for that during the course of the practice. When we get to the end of the practice in our Shavasana, we just release and allow ourselves to fill up with what we want to bring into our life, what it is we're ready to cultivate. So if you have something in mind and something you're working with, fantastic. And if not, just allow things to arise. Whatever needs to be released in the practice will be released. Let's do a very brief centering. We'll take 3 full deep breaths. So please come into Sukhasana, a simple cross-legged position, resting your hands on your thighs. And then close your eyes. So 3 full deep breaths in and out through your nose. With each inhale, you feel vibrant, spacious through your torso. With each exhale, you keep the space, just soften the muscles around your face, your shoulders and neck. And then one more full deep breath in and out. And softly open your eyes. And now switch the cross of your legs, whatever leg is in front. Switch it up. If that's too uncomfortable, go back to the first way and reach both arms. Let's reach both arms overhead. From here, slowly, right arm goes back behind you. Left arm points ahead and you look over the right shoulder. With your inhale, come back up. With your exhale, we'll go to the left. Left arm reaches back, right arm reaches forward. Inhale up to the right. Keep your hips square to the front. Inhale up. And to the left, a little more quickly now. Inhale up, to the right. Inhale up, left. Inhale up. Now left hand to the outer right knee, right fingertips on the floor behind you. Lift through your torso, lift through your spine, create length. And look over your right shoulder, extending from your right hip through your right knee. So you're resisting the twist, and that's a general principle of twisting. You resist on the side towards which you're turning. Soften your jaw, soften your eyes. With your inhale, slowly unwind. And go the other way. Right hand to the outer left knee, left fingertips on the floor behind you. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, twist from your belly. So hip point stay square to the front of your mat. And as you look over your left shoulder, extend from your left hip to your left knee, creating the resistance. Soft jaw, soft eyes. Inhale back to center, stretch both arms up, reach for the sky. Exhale, lower your arms and come to standing, please, and slide everything off of your sticky mat and come to the front of your mat with your feet hip bone distance apart. Hip points line up over the center of the ankles. Fold forward, standing forward fold, Uttanasana. So feel the stretch, right? For some of us, this is the first stretch of the day. First deep stretch into the hamstrings. You can bend one knee slightly and straighten the other leg. And then switch. And both legs straight. If it's too difficult to touch the floor, hands on the ankles. You can also have hands on a block or blocks. And with your left hand, hold the outer right ankle or the outer right shin if you're tighter here. The right hand walks forward a little bit and over to the left. Now, if you can't have your hand on the floor, you could have your hand up on a block and look under your right shoulder. So these shorter practices, right, we dig in, we get in there right away. Look under the right arm, soften your eyes, soften your jaw. And then exhale, release.
Switch it up. Right hand to the outer left ankle. Walk your left hand forward and over to the right, looking under your right arm, or the left hand could be on a block as well. Breathe through your nose, in and out, smooth from beginning to end. Just a soft tone in your throat to help create more of a restrictive movement and helps to lengthen the breath, maybe even create the sound of the Ujjayi breath. Next, inhale, slowly release. From here, left leg back to lunge. Lower your back knee to the floor. Keep either your left fingertips down or bring your left hand flat to the floor, right hand to the right thigh as you start to twist and look over the right shoulder. From here, with your right arm, we'll go cactus arm. Anytime we're doing a lunge twist, you're always welcome to modify by having the hand to the inside of the front leg. You'll see shortly we'll go to the outside of the leg as well. As you look over your right shoulder, spread the right fingers, draw your right shoulder back, tack your right hip back, lunge a little deeper into your front leg, and now stretch your right arm straight for the sky. Perhaps even lift your back leg off the floor. Totally up to you. You stretch your back leg straight as you extend through the heel. Wait for your breath. With your exhale, slow release and step forward. Uttanasana, standing forward fold. We go right leg back to lunge. Back knee to the floor. I'm going right hand flat. You could always go fingertips or even a block if necessary. Left arm in cactus. Spread your fingers. Draw your left shoulder back. And just look towards your left thumb, maybe even beyond the thumb. Slightly deeper into the front leg. If you'd like, stretch your left arm straight up. And even lift your back leg off the floor. Back leg strong and straight. Next, exhale. Release, hand to the floor. Step back to downward facing dog. Diggity dog. It is diggity time. It's twist time and it's diggity time. Feet hip bone distance apart. Look at your hands. Make sure your hands are shoulder distance apart. Bend a knee, straighten the other leg. Loosen up. Ground through your arms. Press down and away from the earth. Root your inner thighs back. With your inhale, shift forward to plank pose. Shoulders directly over your wrists. Lift your belly. Lift your front ribs. Exhale, knees to the floor. Now arch your low back. Tip your tailbone towards the sky. Anytime we're lowering down, you're welcome to go knees to the floor. Bend your elbows. Come forward and down. Chin and chest almost to the floor. Try to hover just for a moment. And then come flat onto your belly. Cobra Pose. Slight bend to your elbows as you lift your chest and perhaps your belly away from the floor. Side body long. Head of the arm bones back. Reach your heart forward and up. And downward diggity dog. Up and back. Tuck your toes and stretch it. Inhaling, lift your right leg up. Bend your knee, turn your hip open. Keep your left shoulder lifted. Root your left thigh back, working your left heel towards the floor. With your exhale, step your right leg forward, lunge. Right foot between the hands. Lower your back knee to the floor, Anjaneyana. Now reach both arms in front. And from here, like you're drawing a bow, an arrow back, you just pull the right arm back and then reach your right arm behind you. Left hand now comes to the outer right thigh. Right arm can stay here, could go to the low back, go to the outer left thigh, or maybe even the outer left shin if you have that in your practice. So press your hands into your legs to help deepen the twist as you look over your right shoulder. Front foot and back knee press down. And they pull towards each other. And that creates tone and strength through your hips, through your leg. Inhale, slowly release. Exhale, diggity dog. Take it up and back. Next, inhale, left leg, lift it up. Bend your knee, turn your hip open. Right shoulder stays lifted as you press away from the floor. Wait for your breath. Exhale, step it through, lunge. Back knee to the floor. General principle, we're just letting the breath come. The movement flows behind it. Reach your arms out in front, then pull back with the left hand, draw in your quiver, and then reach the left arm behind you. Right hand to the outer left knee. Stay here with the left arm or outer hip, outer left thigh, or right thigh, or maybe even the outer right shin. Pull your hands, if you're holding the outer shin or leg, pull your hands into your legs to help get more leverage for the twist. Lift your belly as you look over your left shoulder. Soft eyes, especially the left eye here. With your inhale, slowly release. Press it back, downward dog. You'll notice sometimes we'll release on the exhale. The deeper twist, I'll release on the inhale. It helps to create more tone and strength so you don't spring out of the pose. Safer for your whole body. And thus, safer for your mind. Now walk your feet forward a couple of inches. Because when the body hurts, the mind usually isn't quite as happy as it might be. Now left hand holds the outer right shin, the outer right ankle, or maybe even the outer right heel if you're ready for that. As you look under your right arm, press away from the floor, root down through the right arm. Soft jaw. Exhale and release. If your hamstrings are tighter, you can walk your feet further forward. Don't overdo it though. You don't want to walk your feet so they're almost near your hands. You can bend your knees as much as necessary. Right hand holds the outer left shin, outer left ankle, or outer left heel. Look under your arm and try to keep your left shoulder lifted as you press away from the floor. This is more of a passive twist. With the exhale, we'll release. You walk out. Your hands are your feet, so you're in standard diggity position. Standard length between feet and hands, right? We walk the feet forward there to begin with. Next, inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, step your right foot forward, lunge. Crescent lunge, rise up, but reach your arms out in front. Same thing here with the quiver. Right arm, pull it back. Reach behind you, look over your right shoulders. You're extending through your arms. Tack your right hip back. And with your exhale, go to the lunge twist, variation of Parshva Kanasana. So left arm to the outside of the leg. Now, if you need to go hand to the inside, you'll do that. Otherwise, hands in prayer position. Or for some of us, maybe you're feeling ready, you want to go deeper, hand to the floor, right arm to the sky. If you're in prayer position, press your right hand into your left. Try to line your thumbs up with your heart. Back leg lifts strongly, right hip tacks back. Breath, smooth, consistent. You have to soften the breath when twisting. It's harder to breathe. I'll tell you what, it's harder to talk. Inhale and slowly release. Take it back. Diggity dog. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, step it through the crescent lunge. Reach both arms out in front and then pull the left arm back. As you reach back, look over the left shoulder. Left hip tacks back and stretch through the bones of your legs. From your hips, ground through the legs. And then we'll twist. Right arm to the outside of the leg or hand to the floor on the inside. Hands in prayer. If you want to open it up, right fingertips to the floor, left arm to the sky. You just have to honor your practice, where you're at and where you're at today. Maybe you're able to go hand to the floor and it's just not feeling like the right thing. Maybe you're not ready for that, and that's fine too. Things will open in time. What are you wringing out? What are you letting go of? Maybe self-criticism, self-judgment. Definitely good things to let go of. Wring them out. Inhale and slowly release. Plank pose. From your plank, knees to the floor or not, chaturanga, bend your elbows, come all the way down. And go fingertip cobra, hands just off to the sides of your mat. Rise up and look over your your right shoulder. And then look over your left shoulder. A little twist here in our fingertip cobra.
Back to center, shoulders are drawing back. And exhale, release, press up and back, downward facing dog. Inhaling, lift your right leg up. Exhale, step it through. Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Turn your left foot out, ground the back heel, heel the front foot, lines up to center of the arch of the back foot. Deep bend in the front leg, thigh bone parallel to the floor. Soft jaw, soft eyes. Let's reverse it now. Reverse warrior puts a little twist on the spine, nice side stretch. So left hand works towards the left outer knee, or maybe even the left outer shin. Lift through your right side body as you look under your right arm. Bend deeper into the front leg. Inhale, rise up. Now we'll go back to the lunge twist. So come onto the toes of your back foot. That's right, we're twisting again. So for some of us, we're going to the inside. For some, hands in prayer. Maybe you're opening it up. And it might be kind of early, but some of us really like to go for the bind. And we're not worried about where it's at. We're ready to go. So you can bind it up. So this is obviously the most advanced variation, where you reach your left arm under, grab the right hand or wrist behind the back. Be where you're at. You need to be here. Do it. Here. Do it. One more breath. Here. You do it. Inhale. Slowly release. Downward dog. Next inhale. Lift your left leg. Step through Virabhadrasana 2. Warrior 2. So you rise up. Extend your arms. Deep bend in the front leg. Soft jaw, soft eyes. Twisting, there's lots of practices that will set your day up, get you in the pocket. But twisting, reverse the warrior, to me, one of the best getting in the pocket type practices you can do. Back bends too. Core work, maybe less in the pocket. Core work's good though. I like the core work. A little deeper, bend, and then rise up. And then we'll twist to the left. Come onto the toes of your back foot. Totally optional. You want to go hand to the floor on the inside, do it. You want to wrap it. I'm not going to bind on this side. I'm just going to go into the hand to the floor, other arm to the sky. Tack your left hip back. Restorative practices definitely in the pocket for me. You wait for your breath with your inhale, slowly release. And now step forward, standing forward fold. Let's go feet together. Hands to the floor, hands to a block if necessary. Ground from your hips to your legs. Chair pose with a twist, that's right. Bend your knees, hands together in front of the heart. So deep bend for your chair. And now we'll twist to the right. Left arm outside of the leg, hands in prayer, or you can go hand to the floor. If it's too deep to go arm to the outer leg, you could go right between the feet, forward to the feet, but centered, and twist from there. If you're pressing hands together, right hand pressing into the left. Left hip, tack it back. Try to keep your hips square to the front. With your inhale, slowly release. Now we'll go the other way. Right arm outside of the leg. Right hand to the floor perhaps, or not. Thumbs more or less in line with the heart. Pressing your left hand into your right. Holding steady, breathe. All in on this practice. Short practice, we're almost done. You just keep your steady focus. Good. Inhale, slowly release, straight legs. Bow forward. Let's go feet hip bone distance apart. Now clasp your fingers behind your back. Stretch your arms overhead. Then look over the right shoulder. So you bring your hands over to the left.
And you're twisting here as you look over the right shoulder. If grabbing, clasping fingers is really challenging, your shoulders are tighter, use a belt or a towel. Exhale to center. Take a breath in. Next exhale, twist it open to the left. So hands reach over to the right as you look over your left shoulder. Root through your legs, especially from your left hip through your left leg. And then exhale, release. Both hands to the floor. Let's go feet mat distance apart. Left hand between the feet, but then forward. So it's centered between the feet, forming a tripod between your feet and your hand. It could be fingertips, flat palm for this twist, or up on a block. Right hand to your hip, look over the right shoulder, extend your right arm for the sky. Head of the right arm bone draws back, and root from your right hip through your right leg. Even shift your hips a little bit over to the left. The tendency is to lean into the twist to the right. Exhale and release. Right hand down, twist it open. And so even this is more of a passive twist. Like arm to the outside of the leg in a lunge is a really, it's a strong twist. This is more passive, but you can work it really strongly still. Hips over to the right more and turn from your belly. Use the strength of your core to twist open. Good. Exhale and release. All right, feet hip bone distance apart. Now step your left leg back, lunge, lower your back knee to the floor, and scoot it forward so the hip is directly over the knee. Do a little back bend here with a twist, a camel twist. So it looks like this. Right hand will come to the left heel, left arm alongside the ear. If you can't reach the heel, you could use a block somewhere inside the knee or slide it back. You could also, if you're more advanced here, tuck your toes. Okay? So hands to your hips. Lift through your side body, shoulders back, and then reach your right arm, swimming up and back to your left heel, to your block, or you could also keep it on the right side of your low back, sacral area, waistline area, and then left arm alongside the ear. Now look towards the back right corner of your mat. So a little back bend twist, great way to set up your day or your evening. And then look under your left arm towards the sky. So the body is being pulled to the right, but you're twisting here. You got to work actively more to the left. Next inhale, rise up, and we'll switch sides. Left leg forward, right shin, right knee down, toes tucked, pointed, or block. Right? So left arm reaches up and back and swims towards the right heel, right arm alongside the ear. Let's start by looking towards the back, left corner of the mat. And then we'll look straight up. Find more external rotation to your left shoulder. It's like you're opening the left shoulder, the left chest up more. As you're spinning your body more to the right to look up, you could always place a hand at the base of the skull if it's too much pressure on your neck. 2 more breaths here. Breathe deeply, but softly. With your inhalation, rise up. Exhale. And have a seat, please. Ardha Matsyendrasana, the half Lord of the Fishes pose. So right leg crosses over the left. Now, if coming into the position, you really tighten your hips, you could also do this with your left leg. Stretch out in front, and the right foot is flat to the floor. From here, widen your left buttock to the left. We'll start by holding on to the right leg with the left arm, right fingertips on the floor behind you. Lift through your belly, lift through your side body, twist. And as you look over your right shoulder, draw the head of your arm bone back. Stay here, or left arm comes to the outside of the leg. For some of us, this is the optimal place to get a deep twist.
Resist from your right hip through the right knee. So as you create that resistance, you're turning more from the belly. For some, you could bind here if you like. You wrap your left arm underneath and grab the right hand, wrist, or a belt behind the back. And for some even, you might want to stretch it out. You find your place. Just a couple more breaths here. Again, mixed levels practice. Everybody's welcome. You're newer, maybe you're holding here. You're advanced, maybe you're binding. Maybe you're advanced, but you're not able to bind, or it's just not feeling like a bindy kind of day. With your inhale, slowly release. We'll switch it up. Left leg crosses over. Widen your right buttock to the right. And that will help you to get your low back to tip in more, so you're sitting more upright as opposed to falling back when twisting. If you're really tight here, you could also sit on a blanket, just help prop yourself up. Right arm holding the leg, maybe you stay here, maybe you go to the outside. The tendency is to lift the left buttock off the floor, keep your left buttock grounded, pull up through your belly, broaden across the collarbones as you look over your left shoulder and draw your left shoulder back. Good. Inhale, slowly release. Grab a hold of your belt, please, and do a supine hamstring stretch and twist. And that'll be a wrap on our twist get down. Lie back and place the belt around your right foot, the arch of the right foot, and extend your right leg up to the sky. And this is a great release for the low back, and especially after twisting, just working this non-twisting variation. A good way to decompress and welcome in more space to your lower back. So as you hold the belt with your right hand, pull your foot more overhead, but resist your right thigh bone, the top of the thigh bone, towards the front of your sticky mat. And if you find that you're getting your leg really far overhead, but your low back is pressing down and your left leg is lifted, back off. Maybe you need to be in a position where your leg is like 45 degrees to the floor. Maybe you're at 90, maybe beyond 90. But focus on the alignment of the posture for the most optimal health for your whole body, your back, your hamstring. Breath smooth and deep. And then from here, you can hold the belt with just your left hand. Reach your right arm off to the side. Take a breath in and exhale. We're twisting. Supta Padangusthasana 3. You take your right leg over to the left, coming onto the outer left hip. Work your right foot more towards the back of your room and your right hip more towards the front. Work your right shoulder to the floor, towards the floor. Feel free to stay here or bend your left knee and grab a hold of your foot with your right hand. So this gives you a thigh stretch as well. So you're pressing your right foot towards the back of the room and resisting your left foot into your right hand for this variation. Be where you need to be. What's going to serve you right now in this process of relinquishing, of letting go? Inhale and bring your right leg back up. Second side. Belt goes around your left leg. Left foot, left hand reaches up towards the foot, right arm off to the side. As you pull your left foot overhead, resist your left thigh bone towards the front of your sticky mat. Soft jaw. Breath is deep. Then hold the belt with your right hand. Take a breath in with your exhale. Left leg goes over to the right. Twist to the left. So you're on the outer right hip and you're turning your chest, head, and belly to the left. Stay here or bend your right knee and grab a hold of your right foot with your left hand. And then inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, release. Place your belt off to the side. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Take a couple breaths with your knees hugging in. And then lie back for Shavasana. And as you close your eyes and connect to your breath in your Shavasana, we've emptied ourselves out through the course of the practice. What is it you want to fill yourself up with? What are you cultivating? What life-affirming quality are you invoking in your practice and in your life? So please stay for a few minutes if you can. I hope you enjoyed this process of wringing out the old and bringing in the new. Thank you for being here today. I look forward to having you back on the mat tomorrow. Namaste. All right. Way to go.